Today, I'm very lucky to be joined by Preston and Penny. I want to give an acknowledgement to country and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. Our first speaker today is Preston.
Hello, my name is Preston and I am 11 years old. I go to River Park Primary School, which is right here in Faulkner. My interest that I want to talk about today is collecting Nerf blasters. These end-strike ones to be specific. You may know what Nerf blasters are, both of you. I can assure you that when you step on your streamline dart, it hurts more than Lego. Yeah, Lego. No, it doesn't hurt you physically, it hurts you mentally, because you have damaged some rare darts with your own foot. I first became passionate about Nerf around probably over 2 years ago. My first memory was when I was playing with my cousin who had 2 of these night finders. I said to myself, geez, I don't see these Nerf blasters in the shops. The reason for this is because my cousin had end-strike blasters that were from the early 2000s, and they still work. I like collecting Nerf blasters that were released between 2003 and 2012 because they are iconic and easy to find. Plus, I can get really good prices on these blasters as they are popular online. This is one of my newly purchased ones, but it needs to go in for a repair. I know it's worse than a demonic Furbys. I'm looking forward for it to get a service and ready for use, as this one's a Raven from 2012. It's new, but it's old at the same time. I personally enjoy collecting the end-strike blasters because they have the same power range as the new ones you can get now in Australia. The current models in Australia shoot up to 75 feet. Sorry, actually they don't really. It's more like 50 feet. These are just marketing claims, but anyway, the end-strike Elite blasters here in Australia all have great triggers because the Australian toy manufacturing laws dictate that the new upgraded blasters from America were too powerful and raised safety concerns. So Hasbro decided to go on a big brainstorm and release a great trigger variant for these countries. Australia does not sell the end-strike Elite blaster range with the orange trigger, only the grey trigger. So buying the older style blasters is no different to buying the new ones on the market today. Oh, and plus, they're usually very, very, very cheap, and there may be some set and sale near you or where you live on somewhere like Gumtree or eBay. This is what I recently ordered in the mail. You don't see much of these, don't you? The big Stampede box, massive. But sorry, to me, Nerf means more than just a blaster. Nerf means an iconic toy brand that has entertained kids for many generations. And guess what? It was first marketed in 1969, and I enjoy being able to go back and look at what was considered awesome. It's a fantastic thing. So the other reasons I like collecting the blasters between 2003 and 2012 is because all the Nerf blasters fired the same range back then. All the triggers were the same color, orange. If you were to ask me recommendations, which I wouldn't actually mind, depending on your budget, I would recommend a Nerf Maverick. There are a lot of them on eBay that go around for around $50. However, if you want something more customizable, I'd recommend a Recon. Yeah, it's this big thing. This is my Recon. It comes with a storage stock or something, a barrel extension thing that has this flip-up sight built in, another flip-up sight for whatever reason, maybe for tactics, that can break but still look really awesome, and a light beam target, which is kind of useless, but you know, for fun. Thank you for listening to my talk about Nerf. I'm now passing on to the next presenter. Thank you, and I'm excited about the Furbys. I absolutely love them as well.
I'm Penny and I'm in Year 7 at Santa Maria College in Northcote, and my interest that I'm going to be talking about is Furbys. I first got into Furbys when I got my first one around 2015, and I've been collecting them ever since. If you've ever seen a Furby, it may have looked like this, a Furby Boom, or like this, a Furby Connect. But the original Furbys made in 1998 look like this. Furbys are digital toys made by Hasbro and Tiger Electronics. Furbys were They were first produced in 1998 around Christmas time. Furbys were way ahead of their time and were a big success. When the Furby craze had ended, Hasbro tried to remake them. These Furbys are known as the Emototronic Furbys, or 2005 Furbys for short, and they are one of the rarest Furby types and one of the bigger ones. The 2005 Furbys could understand your voice, react to commands after the phrase "Hey Furby" is said. There is also a really weird baby version of this Furby. The next type of Furby that was made was the 2012 Furby. Then they look like this. You may be more familiar with them. They have LCD eyes instead of the static lifelike ones the other two had. Then there's Furby Booms. They were made in 2013. They're very similar to 2012 Furbies, but they do have a few differences. They have all new voice lines and personalities, and also instead of just plain colors, they usually have pens, excluding the crystal Furbies. The Furby that came after was the Furby Connect. They were made in 2016. They were the final Furby model by Hasbro, and sadly, you can only buy Furbies secondhand now. Okay, just because Furbies have stopped being made doesn't mean that you can't enjoy more. There are a lot of Furby knockoffs out there, some looking almost exactly like a Furby, and some are a little more unique. I have a couple of knockoffs myself. This one is a poorly translated bootleg that looks similar to the official Hasbro Furbling. I also have this small wind-up yellow Furby, but I'm unsure if it's actually a bootleg since I can't find anything about it online. The first Furby that I ever got was the 2013 Furby Boom, but sadly they don't work anymore. Furbies do have a tendency to break down after a couple of years out of the box. And I'm just gonna share my screen. Hang on. The most notable Furby to almost always be broken is the Jester Furby. The most expensive and rare Furby is the Bejeweled Furby. This Furby cost around $100,000, and only 5 of them were ever made, and only 2 were ever known to be sold. Furbies also had a lot of other additional merch, like plushes, t-shirts, and backpacks. There are also things known as Furby Friends, which are similar to Furbies, but not really exactly like them. These include the Shelbys, the Gizmo Furby, and the ET Furby. There are also things known as long Furbies, which are basically Furbies but long. I have one myself. This is it. It's around 2 meters long, but yeah. There are also a lot of other weird shaped Furbies in the community, and they're known as odd body Furbies. I have around 65 Furbies so far, I think, and I have almost every generation except some of the McDonald's ones. Of course, I don't have every single color, as it would be really hard to get them. So thanks for listening, and I hope you learn a bit more about Furbies.